Record. Take a drink. Admire the sleeping cat. Nowhere near 2 a.m. yet. Damn it. Nick, you see the shit that you start? And everyone's excuse is like the mod started it. Alright, welcome back Twitch, welcome back YouTube. Let's get back to just another game. Damn it, don't make me laugh in the middle of my intro. Welcome back Twitch, welcome back YouTube. Let's get back to just another game. Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Monokuma has reasserted himself as the alpha bear, and we gotta get back to what we're doing, which is talking.
I agree. Before we worry about who the mastermind is or what my intent is, let's figure out the culprit!
But Monokuma doesn't know who it is. How is he supposed to confirm the results?
We don't need to worry about that. Let's just leave the decision-making to Monokuma. But you gotta run the class trial too, so no mistakes, okay?
Are you trying to get me to do something?
You've been watching us solve all these cases, but you can't be a spectator anymore.
Oh, are we gonna get Monokuma as a teammate? Oh, this is the best.
You're gonna participate in the class trial from here on out.
Huh?
So, let's resume this class trial. Monokuma, you gotta use your brain too. This will be the final class trial. Me versus Monokuma.
Oh, we get the best theme too. I gotta enjoy this, hang on.
You versus Monokuma?
When I play a game, I intend to win. But what's considered winning in this game? Beating the other players? No. Beating the game's mastermind is the true victory. And that's how I'll win! That's why I decided to challenge Monokuma! If I can deceive Monokuma till the very end, then I'll be the winner!
You're dragging us around like this? Just so you can win a game?
As I suspected, your thought process defies all logic.
Sorry, I'm just jamming to my favorite of all the tunes. This is my favorite song in the whole series.
But since the outside world is in total ruin, this game is the only entertainment we have.
Your death was your own damn fault and you know it.
At least I can enjoy this game to the fullest and feel good winning.
You really are a remnant of despair. Your way of thinking is just chaotic.
You shouldn't have challenged somebody you couldn't beat.
Remnant of despair. Whatevs. Let's just get this started.
Yes, I really think so. You made too many mistakes. You trusted your golden brain too much. You believed in your ability, and honestly, you panicked a bit.
If the students or Monokuma don't know who the culprit is, then I'm the winner.
Don't underestimate me, or Shuichi and the others, for that matter.
Probably could have gotten away with killing Kaido. I think you overreached with trying to kill Kokichi. What?
It's just like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game. But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy.
Uh-oh. Hang on a sec. That was a glitch. Hang on a sec. I think my capture card glitched there.
If you think they're gonna make this easy for you,
Okay.
you
Looks like
better
it's
think
clear.
again.
He didn't drop frames, so I think that was definitely the capture card.
Whose side are you taking here?
Side? Isn't it obvious? Monokuma joins your party!
Yay! It's the only thing I've ever wanted! Monokuma, Ultimate Despair
Who
Headmaster.
invited you?
Even has a splash screen.
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind this case!
There isn't a horny gel big enough for that, Nick.
Well, we were going to do it anyway.
Let's just ignore Monokuma. His actions are always beyond comprehension.
I have the best boner right now. Monokuma and Smash. Unfortunately, Smash has the rules where only characters that have appeared on a Nintendo console get to be in Smash. So until he actually appears on a Nintendo console, probably not.
Yeah! Let's just focus on the case!
Hey, be quiet so we can ignore you.
Now, where should we start? We've already established what Kokichi is after.
I mean, you can't hide the Monokuma boner.
He's just gonna keep talking anyway, isn't he?
All I know is this music if it's Solaire and Smash. That's true. They can do that.
In my experience, whenever you learn a new fact, you learn something else along with it.
You learn a new lie?
Yes, let's look for that.
You warmed up to him real fast. I guess you are both robots.
So, another truth comes out. That piece of evidence makes more sense now. The evidence that I couldn't wrap my head around. But if Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is, what evidence needs to be analyzed again? Oh, the murder video.
This is it! Let's discuss the video of Kaito being crushed by the hydraulic
Cloud
press.
has been on Nintendo. Cloud Strife appeared in the Kingdom Hearts that, well, before... Okay, so Cloud was in Smash before Final Fantasy VII was on Switch. But he did appear on a Nintendo console. He appeared in the Kingdom Hearts card game spinoff that appeared on the DS way back when. He was a character there through Kingdom Hearts. So he has appeared on the Nintendo DS before. There's a Smash Danganronpa fan. Oh, I don't doubt there's many of them.
Kokichi said that he filmed that video to prove he was not the victim. But we know that Kokichi was trying to mislead Monokuma. So what about the video? It's pretty strange to present evidence that condemns you after all.
Then what kind of mistake was Kokichi trying to get me to make?
No, I said it that as long as they appear on a Nintendo console, and I believe Persona 5 Strikers came out just before either Persona 5 Strikers came out just before that, or there was the Persona game on 3DS that I think had Joker in it. Cameos still count.
Maybe he crushed Kaito with the hydraulic press, so the cause of death would be unknown?
But if that were the only objective, there would be no need to film it. Discovering the crushed body would have been enough. No need to show us the film.
That's true.
I guess you're starting to fit in after all. If you get any cuter, I'm gonna hug you.
Oh, give him a hug anyway.
Huh? Really?
There must be a reason you went out of your way to show us the body being crushed.
No reason, really. That's just my twisted personality.
You're lying again, Kokichi. There's a method to your madness. If you wanted Monokuma to make a mistake, then showing us the video. It must have something to do with trying to fool Monokuma. Taking the video of the murder but keeping the victim's identity hidden. What does it show? What doesn't it show? I'd hug him even since he's an evil teddy bear. He can't kill you if you hug him. Alright. I think we all kind of got a clue about this now. And if you didn't, you certainly do at the moment. I can hug him after the stream. He's not within hug reach right now. I hug him every night before I go to bed and I tell him what a good little murder bear he is. I whisper it in his soft little ears.
The victim.
Huh?
Is it even possible? No, that's a question for later. For now, we know that...
If you show the moment of Kaito's death, of course it would lead us to believe he died. Even if we can't positively identify the body, we would still believe Kaito was the victim. That might be exactly the mistake Kokichi was going for.
Does that mean the victims were switched?
Switched? Then it was some other dead body that got crushed by the hydraulic press?
We haven't seen any dead bodies. They get cleaned up pretty efficiently, actually.
What?
Where would he even get another body?
There should be plenty to choose from if you reuse the body of a former victim.
If there was an unknown body, then we could guess the victim was switched.
What do you mean? I'm participating right now.
But too bad. Switching the victims was impossible.
Yes, I am. I am controlling it as we
Footage
speak.
showed the body being crushed.
I am the one pushing the buttons. I am participating. You can't get any more participating than this.
When in the footage would they have been able to switch the victim? And we already established that the footage was not doctored in any way.
I looked better. That doesn't look like Kaido.
The camera doesn't have any editing functions. Just play, record, and pause.
Pause. Pause, you say.
Monokuma also said that no computer was used to edit the footage. Remember?
Damn it! Me and my big mouth!
Which means switching out the victim would not be possible. Also, if the victim was switched, then that would mean Kaito is
No,
still
just the
alive.
regular kind. Not the lady kind.
We already discussed this so many times. The chance of that happening is impossible.
It might be possible.
Huh?
Oh, hey, Maki wants to believe now that she knows she's not gonna murder her beloved.
There could be a trick to make the switch possible. We just haven't noticed it yet.
Oh, and what trick is that? See? You don't know, do you? I already said it's impossible.
Maki's not wrong. There is a way it could be done. So we can't just give up here.
Maki wants to believe.
Hey, Shuichi. I'll think harder about this as well.
I'll stop being a bitch.
So, can you confirm whether or not the victims switch places? If Kaito is alive or not?
Maki,
I don't like the thought that I killed Kaito. I don't want that.
Okay then. Let's talk about the possibility that Maki-ro mentioned. Himiko, if you call her that again...
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Then let's
Let's all tug it over together.
Together. And don't forget, you're not alone. Don't try to do everything yourself, it's only gonna wear you out. When times are hard, you gotta rely on your friends.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll figure something out.
So what, it's the Monado?
Jeez, you guys are a stubborn bunch. There's
Monado?
no trick.
That's probably another lie.
However, if the victims were switched, then that would mean the footage was altered.
What if they plugged it into the ultimate robot?
How could it have been altered when we know that the footage wasn't edited?
If we could figure that out, maybe we'd know how they switched places.
I knew there was a trick to that video the whole time. Kokichi made it, so it's 100% suspicious.
A trick to that video. What could it be? What's suspicious about it? Alright. What do we got? Hydraulic press, cut his coat, electric bomb, hanger's front shutter, the
Must
murder
be
video.
Some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out.
There is no trick.
There is no trick.
You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Could it be that the video was shot at another location?
No?
Any other bright ideas? Come on, everybody, speak up!
I feel like somebody said something that gives us a clue. If we put our heads together, we can find a hope. We won't fall into despair.
There must be some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out.
Oops. I wanted to look at this. Okay.
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming
I think Oop. I got blocked,
person
but
in
I
that
think I
video.
agree with that.
Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
The stop is kind of suspicious, but
This was shot at another location?
I think the angle
Any other bright
is
ideas?
what we're going for here,
on,
because
everybody,
why was
speak
the
up!
camera set up at that specific angle if they wanted to show Kaito getting crushed? Wouldn't it like be better if they had just
There must
moved
be
the
some
camera
trick to that
closer
video.
next to the hydraulic press instead of
That's
shooting
what
it
you all
from where it
gotta
is?
figure out.
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming well, don't you think?
Oh my god, what? Seriously? Okay, maybe
Oh no!
maybe I'm thinking ahead. I guess maybe it is the stop for this time. I think it's both.
There must be some trick to that video.
That's
All right,
what you
then I
all
think
gotta
it's gonna be
figure
hydraulic
out.
press on
There is no
the other
trick.
statement.
You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you?
I think they're both
Filming angle
right,
seemed
but
unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic
all right,
I agree.
you're right. No, I know it literally stutters, but I think the angle is also going to come into play. I think
Kibo
both
was
are
onto
accurate.
something. Isn't it weird that the hydraulic press stopped for a second? Because when Kibo and I first investigated that hydraulic press,
He had to yeet himself. It's so good. Nope.
Yes, that's right. The hydraulic press kept lowering itself without stopping.
But in the video,
I mean, the stopping function
The
was
hydraulic press stopped briefly, right before it crushed the body?
that's why I was calling attention to the pause function. But that also doesn't really work unless the angle of the camera is where it is.
But why would it stop?
Why did the press stop? There's only one reason I could think of. Oh, man, we have not done this tonight. Alright, let's see what we got here. I'm actually kind of surprised this one's so late. What the hell is this supposed to be? I don't think that's anything I'm interested in. I don't think that's anything I'm interested in either. I think this might be it. No, that's not it. I thought that was the control panel. Is this the control panel? Oh no, that was the shutter. Right, that's the shutter control. We only saw this thing like once, really. So I forgot what it looked like.
I see it!
I was also looking for the potential of the camera being there.
The only way to stop the hydraulic press is the force stop button.
An electro bomb went off in the hangar, which would have interfered with the safety function. There'd be no way to stop the hydraulic press unless someone used the force stop button.
When you say someone, you mean Kokichi, right? He was the only one there.
Actually, maybe I pressed it by accident. I don't really remember.
Kokichi, you're going off script a bit.
So what of it? The press only stopped for like a sec. You can't switch the victim in such a short time, can you?
I worked with a kind of a machine like this. It wasn't a big hydraulic press, but it was a smaller hydraulic press that basically used hydraulics to pin large amounts of paper in place so that they could be cut evenly with a blade. And the only reason that one didn't have a forced stop to protect you know, your hands from getting cut off by the blade is you had to activate the hydraulic press with a foot pedal to pin it down, and then you had to hit buttons on either side of the machine to actually activate the blade. So it didn't have a forced stop safety for that. It was, the safety was all your appendages are occupied and can't be in the way of the blade. And if somebody else is in the way of the blade, well, shit.
That's true.
I mean, at that point, it's just like the force stop is removing your finger off one of the buttons, unless you really want to cut off their hand.
There's also the question of how the bodies got switched while the camera was rolling.
Yeah, I used to work in a press. I used to work in a printing press, and I had to use that a lot. Nah, I figured you meant to have that around parentheses.
That would have clearly been caught on camera.
While the camera was rolling.
Oh, I see. It wasn't just the press that stopped.
Huh? Huh? What do you mean?
If you stop something else at the same time you stop the hydraulic press.
Yes, I see now. That's how the buddies were switched. If you stop that, you could switch the buddies easily. Oh, now I gotta look for the camera in the same damn puzzle. Hey, we hadn't used this puzzle all game. Shit. Or all game in this case. Shit. Use it twice in a row. Fuck. It's gotta go in there somewhere. I think this is the camera. Don't get too deep into your characters. Your characters will get too deep into you. Oh, yeah.
The culprit stopped the video camera at the same time as the hydraulic press. Then, while the camera was off, they switched the body under the hydraulic press.
I mean, it's nice that you have a character you can get that deep, into character with.
After the body was swapped,
and have fun with.
The press and the camera were started simultaneously. So it just looks like the press stopped for a moment.
That's what I've been saying this whole time!
When did you ever say that?
So they stopped at the same time. The camera position did seem
See,
odd to me.
they both come into play.
But now I get it. The trick wouldn't work unless it was set up there.
Huh? Why?
To get the trick we just described to work, the camera had to be set up precisely.
Let's pin that down. Where was the camera set up? It'd have to be, okay, there it is. It'd have to be set up around here. Took me a minute to identify this.
There!
It'd have to be set up next to the control panel. That's why the angle was so odd.
The video camera must have been set up somewhere around here. To operate the press and the camera at the same time, you would have to be near the switch.
That's why the video was taken from that unnatural angle.
Wish.
If they were recording it like normal, they would have used a better angle.
And if it was recorded at such an odd angle, then that proves the trick was used.
Camera angles, huh? Looks like your cosplayer experience is finally useful.
Holy shit! Tsumugi did something!
Well, cosplay doesn't really come up all that much in class trials.
There was a reason the camera was set up there, but also a reason for the height.
She's not wrong.
When the press was stopped, you couldn't really see who was inside it, correct? That was intentional. The body is mostly hidden by the press, making the swap easier.
The camera must have been placed at such a high position so it would produce that angle.
I wonder if they used that tripod in the hangar to adjust the camera's height.
Did they get that from the warehouse too? Jeez! That place is like a 4D pocket!
It's a perfect place for all your murder needs.
You don't get to make that reference.
Then, that logic is correct, right? Kokichi used that video angle trick and switched the victim in the hydraulic press.
As a photographer, I genuinely direct the cosplayers. Well, don't direct them into a murder. That's all I have to say.
In that case, Kaito is...
Before he was crushed by the press, he was swapped with a different body. So Kaito's still alive!
Well, wait just a minute.
Don't get happy yet.
What? But I just summed it up so nicely.
We can't be happy yet.
Himiko, the different body you mentioned, what are you talking about?
The bodies from the other cases. Kokichi's the mastermind, so he... Wait, the mastermind?
Yeah, Kokichi isn't the mastermind, so... I don't think he'd be able to produce a body to switch out.
What?
Well, Monokuma, Do the rules allow for a body to be reused?
Oh, come on, you were gonna resurrect one.
Very well. I'll answer that.
You're giving in pretty easily.
Well, it's crucial information to make the trial fair. This discussion is pointless if it's not clear what the culprit was allowed to do, right?
You're a convenient mastermind, but I guess that makes defeating you worth my time.
Now then, regarding the reuse of a dead body. That is impossible! All the dead bodies have already been thrown away.
What about the ones you were gonna resurrect so he had to transfer student?
Thrown away?
The other bodies are gone? Then who did Kaito switch places with?
If there weren't any other bodies, and there was only 2 people in the hangar who got crushed by the hydraulic press and who's alive. YouTube, you'll find out maybe tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this all, let me know. Give me a like, send me comments. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you then. Twitch. I suppose you want to see the end of this, so I suppose we'll continue in a minute. Because you won't let me have any fun.